Okay, we're live.
So, all
Okay, so
right.
this is your explanation as to
So,
why to stay active in the LDS faith when you were a kid.
well, I think that I didn't have the perspective of my Father in heaven and how he valued me as one of his children. And I think it would have helped me. I think it would have helped my self image. I think it would have helped me work through some things that were really difficult to work through. I think that I would have attended seminary all 4 years instead of just my freshman year and half my senior year. Um, Read the Book of Mormon. Definitely would have read the Book of Mormon sooner, but I don't beat myself up over it. Look back on it with regret because I didn't know better. I was doing the best I could with the knowledge I had at the time, and my parents were not active in a faith, and so I was just I was kind of flailing around doing the best I could until I got a little older and life experience and figured it out. That would be my advice. If I go back, do it over again, it would be that's the one thing I would change.
Okay. Since we're on this topic, do you mind starting with like telling me about your conversion story?
No, no, I don't mind. So I think really for me, where it really switched for me was when I was 19 years old. Was after high school. I wasn't active in a church, and I could sense that. Looking back now, I could sense the Holy Ghost had withdrawn as a result of that choice, and I was just sensing a need to get that element back in my life. And I had some good friends around me at the time, and one of those friends said to me, "Keen, you ought to read the Book of Mormon." And I was open to that. He, gave me that challenge a couple times, and when I did, I just had a marvelous spiritual and conversion experience with that. Changed my heart, brought the Spirit into my life in a way that I hadn't really experienced it before. And so I just took the steps to stay on that track. That led me to being ordained an elder. Led me to getting a patriarchal blessing, and that led to a desire to go on a mission. Got a mission call, and it was good to go. Went on the mission, marvelous experience.
What about church attendance when you were younger? Like, how was that?
It was sporadic. I advanced through the Aaronic priesthood ranks, but my church attendance was sporadic, and it got to be less and less as I got into my teenage years. And by the time I was senior in high school, I really wasn't going at all.
And then, so it was like, what, a year after high school that your friend challenged you to read the Book of Mormon, and that's when you, um,
Yeah, it was a little more than a year after. I'd gone to a year of college,
okay.
and then I went a fall semester, and then at that point I stopped college. I just really didn't know what I wanted to do, and felt like I was wasting my dad's money, and so, but at that point I was undergoing a spiritual conversion
Got it.
uh, that led me to those things I just talked about. I was ordained an elder, I got a patriarchal blessing, got a mission call, and by July I was on a mission.
Wow. Okay, cool. How old were you when you got baptized?
I was 11.
11. Okay.
Hmm.
And was that your choice to get baptized? Did you have to?
Yes,
It was. Okay.
it was. I wanted to get baptized when I was 8, but my mom wouldn't let me. Um, she just said, "I want to make sure that you are old enough and mature enough to know what you're doing."
Okay. Okay. Um, so we'll get to go into more like in a later interview about your mission and stuff. We'll be able to do that the next time, I think, is when we get to do that.
All right.
So let's see, we'll kind of move on to a different question, but okay, so when you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up?
A pilot.
A pilot. And why is that?
My dad was a pilot.
Okay.
And like I had mentioned to you, I played with mechanical toys, and we lived in the flight path of Hill Air Force Base, and so I'd see all the big planes flying, and I just thought that looked neat. My dad was a pilot too, so I thought that would be cool to follow his footsteps, I guess.
Did you ever get to fly in an airplane with him?
No.
Flying?
The only time I was in an airplane with him where he was at the controls, we went out to Hill Air Force Base one night when I was about 6 years old. We climbed up into the cockpit of this big C-124 cargo plane that he was flying at the time. We had to move it on the tarmac. We had to start up the engines and move it. He let me sit in the co-pilot seat while he did that.
That's cool.
My mom drove her car out on the tarmac and met us after it was done.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember it vividly.
That's neat. And then as you grew older, like as you went into high school, did you still want to be a pilot?
Well, I did, but I could see that it wasn't going to be possible for a couple reasons. One, I didn't have the money to do flight lessons, and two, my eyesight was starting to fail. Not fail in a sense of lose sight, but I didn't have 20/20 uncorrected anymore. So I started wearing contact lenses when I was 15, 16 years old. And at the time, you had to have uncorrected 20/20 vision to be able to get into flying. And then it was the cost of, flight lessons and all that kind of stuff. There was no way. I couldn't afford that. And, my parents weren't, um, I never asked them to pay for that. I just didn't even think it was realistic to ask for. So that dream went away.
Okay.
The money, eyesight, stature. I'm 6'5", so it was, they generally don't want really tall people in the airlines.
Except
So
for Grandpa was really tall.
yeah, he was 6'4", but I beat him by an inch and then some. And so yeah, that dream just never really was achievable.
Well, dang.
The way it
Do you ever
goes.
wish, do you ever wish you could have achieved it?
Yeah, I do. I do to this day. I wish I could have been a pilot. But, I'd choose another path to make a living, and it obviously wouldn't be realistic at this point to try to go through all that. It was never realistic from a cost standpoint to try to get into it.
Gotcha.
And I don't know that I'll ever learn to pilot an aircraft. It's a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
The level. So right now, as you know, I'm dabbling in radio control.
Yes. Which is good, just as good, maybe not really, but it's pretty cool.
I'm enjoying it.
That's good. How did you do in school growing up? Like grade wise and stuff?
Oh, junior high, C's and B's, few A's. High school A's, B's, and C's.
Okay. What was your favorite subject when you were in elementary school? If you can.
Mm, science.
Why science?
We'd do science projects. We'd make stuff. We'd study astronomy. That was my favorite thing back then. I think. I mean, I didn't really. I mean, math and English and history. All that was just drudgery.
And what about when you moved on into junior high and high school?
In junior high, let's see. I liked wood shop. I liked band. Like there were some parts of band that I liked. It was fun to learn to play drums and music. And the rest of the subjects were just it was just drudgery.
It was just and then in high school, you
High
took auto mechanics.
school swim team was I'm glad I did swim team, and then all of the vocational stuff. Took vocational electronics, vocational wood shop, and then auto mechanics. Those were my favorites.
Nice. Okay, cool. Um, you said something and it spurred a question. I can't remember what it was. Um, I don't remember what it was. Your least favorite subjects were obviously the other ones, like math and English and history, right?
Yeah, math was just kind of a drag as I got older. I didn't understand it real well. The last math I took in high school was geometry. That was my sophomore year. I didn't take any more math. Well, yeah, I did. I took business math. That was
Mm.
okay. I took a biology class. Like every day, we were dissecting something. Frog, tapeworms, just oh god, so gross.
So you didn't enjoy that?
No,
Oh, okay.
that was gross. Dunk, the thing. They were all embalmed with formaldehyde, and yeah.
It's okay. I didn't really enjoy it either. It was gross.
And I liked skiing at that point. I had learned to ski, and I would go skiing with my dad a lot, and growing up, that was fun.
So, what were some of your favorite hobbies growing up? Like, I know we kind of already talked about this, but what were some of your absolute top favorite ones?
Um, well, fixing cars was one. I was into model trains for a while. That was fun. And little race car sets. Yeah,
And then skiing as well.
skiing.
Okay. Um, what were some of your accomplishments from growing up? Like awards and things that you had done.
Hmm. Let's see. Cub Scouts, Arrow of Light. Got a few merit badges. Got certificates for doing baptisms for the dead. Um, got an award for giving a speech in sixth grade. I was picked to give a speech to the student body, myself and a girl. It was at that point that I learned that maybe I had a knack for public speaking.
Mm.
So I did that. And what are stuff? I guess that was about it.
Okay.
Like for science fair project, I did some science fair projects. They'd give you a ribbon. You'd at least get an honorable mention ribbon for science fair.
Um, okay, well, I think I.
Made the honor roll a few times. Got my name in the paper for it.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have those in the scrapbook somewhere?
No.
No. Okay. Well, um, let's see. Let me look at this. Um, is there anything we didn't talk about that maybe you want to mention?
On what topic?
Just anything like that I didn't ask you. Is there something that you're like dying to tell me about your growing up years, or something that you want me to put in
Yes, I
this?
don't think, I think we hit the highlights. So camping was fun. Going hiking with my dad was fun. I enjoyed that. In the Tetons, we did some good hikes. It was fun to visit the thermal features at Yellowstone National Park. Um, it was fun to go to Weber State basketball games. So I'll confine it to high school and younger, or stuff I enjoyed doing, and I've covered a lot of it already.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I think that's
Awesome.
about it. I can't think of anything else I would mention.
Okay. Well, then I think I got it all, and I'll type this up, and it'll
Oh,
be cool because it'll be
you have to make a transcript.
I have to make a
Oh
transcript.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I gotta make a transcript. It doesn't have to be like, it has to be word for word, but it doesn't have to have every or
Right,
what
right.
or that sort of a thing. So it'll be cool because this will be something that we get to keep in our family. So
Yeah, yeah, it's like you're interviewing me and you're gonna write a life history on
yeah,
Craig.
yeah, that's basically what I'm doing.
That's really
So
cool.
yeah, it's cool. It's neat to hear like all these stories and things, and it's fun. It's really
Yeah.
fun. So yeah, well, I actually have one more question that I kind of thought of. What
Okay.
was your favorite thing to do with your parents?
Hmm. Camping and skiing.
Camping and skiing.
Yep. Yeah. Those were good times.
Cool. Okay. Fun.
Traveling, camping, skiing, those were all good times.
Neat. Okay. Did when you went skiing, this is kind of like off the record, kind of, but sorry. Ugh. Um, when you went skiing, did this is kind of funny, but did grandma ever like fly down the hill really fast?
She's a good skier.
Was she?
Yeah, when I was a kid, she could out ski me. But as I got into college, no,
No, not anymore.
not anymore. Not after that. But at that point, she was starting to get kind of sour on it, and
Tired of it.
didn't like the weather, and she was too busy worrying about how she looked, and
Mm.
high maintenance, man, high maintenance. She's so high maintenance.
We'll get to talk about your parents more in depth in one of our interviews, but
All
I just
right.
thought I'd ask that since we were talking about skiing, and I wondered if she like flew down the hill ever when you went skiing with her because she used to race. So
Yeah.
nice. So did Grandpa. He probably got better than she did, huh?
Um, there was a point where I think later on, when she kind of stepped away from the sport, yeah, he never could. The thing that mom could do that grandpa never could do is she could ski off of the groomers if she wanted to.
Oh, okay.
If she wanted to, she could ski off the groomers, but we always stayed on them when I was growing up. But but I don't. She was never one at that stage of life that she wanted to go exploring, like skiing powder.
Mm-hmm.
Never. She always stayed on the groomers. But I think she could do it
Okay.
if she wanted to. Yeah,
Okay.
she did some hiking and backcountry skiing back in the day.
She did, which surprises me.
No,
It's so funny because that just doesn't seem like her at
no,
all.
such a frump.
I know.
She country club.
We're still recording.
I know. I know.
I can take it off. I'll take it. I'll stop recording now.